let's turn the page to Real Madrid, Barcelona combined 11. Who wants to start this one out?
I think it's the same way as the last one. I think the goalkeeper makes his way into this team super easy. That's Courtois.
It's Courtois.
Am I wrong in saying for me Courtois is the best goalkeeper in the world currently? Like he is.
Yeah, he is.
Not for John.
Nope.
Not for what was your nickname? Uncle John. Not for Uncle Johnny.
Uncle John. Yeah, not for Uncle John. I'm gonna drop some wisdom on the pod. It's
Who's the best
Martinez
goalkeeper?
for Aston Villa.
Oh,
I mean, he is really
That's a
good.
big
Like
pick.
he's
That's a
second,
good pick.
but Courtois has something.
See, the thing
You know,
is
has
with
an extra
Martinez,
thing.
what happens with Martinez is you really take into account his international football as well, because he
Yep.
has
Yeah.
got a huge presence there, unlike
Yes.
Courtois. But
Aura,
on the other-
baby. Aura.
Yeah, he has got that aura with him. But if you then go back to last season, and then you see in the important matches, or even before that, or for past 3 seasons, you just can't overlook Courtois. Like it's like you mentioned the best goalkeeper in the world, and the first name that pops out is Courtois. So
Yeah.
it's understandable that you said Martinez.
I think
he's got that
legacy and
international one.
achievements come into it as well. And even though Martinez has a lot of achievements, there are some people out there that don't even put Emiliano Martinez like in the top 8 goalkeepers in the world, which for me is insane. For
There's
me,
a lot
he's
of foolish people in the world.
for
You know
me,
what
it's
I mean?
top
You-
3,
You can't
like
stop
100% top 3. So Courtois, well, let's not go over the branches. Courtois is the goalkeeper for this combined 11. I
Yep.
think it's a guaranteed. The defense is interesting because I'm about to not drop some wisdom, but factos. John, what the hell is Militao doing in your team, bro?
I know. I was gonna get shtick for this one. Okay. Yes, I'm going Balde, Rudiger, Militao, Kunde. I understand that. It's the pairing. It's the pairing for me. And I know I split up Barca and Bayern, but Rudiger, Militao, that's a world beating combo for me. They got pace, they got power, they got that dirtiness when they need it. And so I went with the two. And if you look at the table, Real Madrid has conceded fewer goals this season.
Yeah, but Militao, I don't know. I'm not sure if he has played all the matches.
He hasn't played all of them. I know
before.
they've had Chouameni in there
Yeah.
plenty of times.
For me, the
But-
thing is that right now, I just think that Inu is such a good level, which is a little bit surprising because I mean, if I have to pick one center back from Barcelona, I'm taking Inigo, and I'm putting him next to Militao and I'm saying Inigo can win this battle. I do think that. I think that right now, Inigo is playing at a far higher level than Militao. I think Militao has very high highs, but some very low lows. And right now, it's like, I don't know. I think Inigo has been consistent week in, week out. And we just cannot overlook how good he has been this season. I have Rudiger as well. I think that's a guaranteed. Koundé as a right back. I think Koundé just makes it. It would have been interesting to see Carvajal if he was fit, but Koundé already makes it. We don't even have to talk about that.
That
Rudiger,
would have been the debate.
yeah.
Like, do you want somebody who's going to be a little bit more attack-minded, or do you want the defensive solidness of Koundé, with respect to his 2 assists today, of course? But you don't really see him as a wing back by any means,
Yeah, but anyhow, at left back, I do have Ferland Mendy. I think Mendy's a really underrated player. I think he's really good for Real Madrid. I think defensively, he's one of the best left backs in the world, if not the best. I really do think that. And even though Balde having a tremendous season, for me, attacking wise, he's superb. But whenever he gets there, out of the 10 opportunities he creates, he just takes 6 of them wrong. And it's
That's
like,
fair.
and I know the consistency that Mendy would give me in a left back position is just of a higher level than what Balde can give. Because at the end of the day, depending on the team and looking at it, I want my left back to defend overall. So that's a typical conversation people have with Trent Alexander-Arnold, players like that. So I have Mendy there. I'm interested to see what people in the comments say, because Mendy is someone who is really easily hated on, and I think that he's really up there with some of the best in. I don't know if certainly this last season has been his best season ever, potentially as a player. So I think he's coming off a very high.
Wow. Okay.
What about
Marco,
you,
who you
Mark?
got for your back four? Yeah.
Oh, very difficult. Very, very, very difficult. I think the two positions that go without a doubt, undebatable, are right back, Kunde, and Rudiger as one of the centre backs. Okay. So that goes there. Now the left back position. See, I personally like Balde more. Okay. I personally like Balde a lot. But then as Buga just said, that Mendy is often not really appreciated for his defensive awareness,
Hmm.
for how much available he is for the defense. So that just really, I tried my best to not, you know, create a lot of imbalance in the number of players I'm going to be keeping. So that's how I've tried to keep things. So because I'm going to keep a very midfield heavy Real Madrid team, so I've gone for Balde here and Kubarsi in the back
Okay.
line.
I like it. I like it. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you could slice it. I think there's a number of combinations you could go with that I think would get you some wins. So let's move up to the midfield then. Buga, we'll kick it back to you, sir. Who you got in the midfield for this one?
I think the two best midfields currently in La Liga. I mean, two of the three, you could say. Pedri and Valverde. For me, they're the most consistent both midfielders for each team. I think Pedri is the more consistent midfielder for Barcelona at the moment, and Valverde the same for Real Madrid. Valverde is just such a clutch player. I mean, we know everything about Pedri. If you give me the ability to just talk a bit about Valverde, I'm saying that it's superb how versatile he's as a player. He's just like for the best way to say it is he's like Sergio Roberto on steroids. If Barcelona think Roberto is like versatile, Valverde is just the same thing for Real Madrid, but in another level. He really is
I'll
that
make
sort of player.
I'll make a different comparison. I think Valverde is their Rafinha. He's the one who's going to outwork everybody else on the pitch. No matter where you put him, he's going to be playing hard defensively. He's going to be playing hard in the attack, making those runs. He's got a cannon of a right boot. A cannon.
Yeah, so it's really difficult to overlook what are the two most consistent midfielders right now for the two best teams at the top of La Liga. So Pedri, Valverde.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. What formation are you running here, Buga?
I'm running a 4-2-3-1 as well.
Same. Okay.
So
Marco, what about you? What formation are you
So these are my
with?
two double pivots.
I'm going to be going for a 4-3-3 in this one.
4-3-3.
Technically
Okay.
a 4-2-3-1. Technically a 4-2-3-1 as well. But the three midfield choices, or the number 10, including the number 10, the three midfielders are going to be very similar to Buga. It is going to be Valverde, obviously one of the best midfielders in the world right now, along with Pedri, and then Jude Bellingham. So
that's what I got. Yeah, I almost made a last minute change. My heart wants to put Modric in as that number 10.
Yeah.
What?
Dude, because I love Modric. I really do. Respect to Modric at club and international level. He's a magic man. But you can't put Bellingham on the bench.
Bellingham
over Modric.
I don't have Bellingham in my team.
What?
Really?
Yeah,
who you got
I
in there?
don't have it. I think Rafinha as a number. I put Rafinha as a number 10. I think Rafinha is having a far better season than Bellingham.
Because the thing is, the difficult part was choosing between Rafinha and Vinicius for the left wing. Now that was the difficult part.
Yeah, I decided to avoid that completely. I just decided to put Rafinha inside because even Rafinha is a number 10. He's doing an incredible job. So Rafinha is a number 10. He's there. He's playing amazing football. Just keep him there because for me, the other best way to solve this issue is that there are other three players that you can simply not leave out. So those three players, they have to be in the team. And Rafinha also had to be in the team. And right now, I think that if you take Rafinha out of Barcelona and you take Bellingham out of Real Madrid, there's more impact in Rafinha being out of Barcelona. And that ultimately made my decision for who keeps that number 10 position. But I do agree. I think Bellingham is such a wonderful player. But I'm looking at just today, I'm going with Rafinha. I think he's surprising me, honestly. Like, I've said this since the game against PSG, where he literally won that game alone. Not alone, but, like 60% was him.
Yeah.
Away from home. Since then, I've been calling for Rafinha. Like, I already think he's like world class. Like he has,
Yeah.
his perception of a player for me has just elevated so much, really. So yeah, Rafinha.
All right, so finish out your lineup then, Buga. You got Rafinha at the number 10. You got Vinny Jr.
Rafinha
on the left.
Number 10. I got Vinny Jr. on the left. I at the start I put Rafinha on the left and then Bellingham for the middle.
Mhm.
But I just said stupid. I cannot leave Vinicius Jr. out. Like it's just stupid. So Vinicius Jr. on the left, Jamal on the right, and up top, Roberto Tito Lewandowski.
Okay. What? Wait, hold on. Really?
Yeah.
Who's on his right?
Jamal.
Lamine on the right, but he went Lewandowski through the middle.
Center. Okay, that makes sense.
John is
something similar?
surprised. I don't know why.
I'm a little bit surprised.
Let's
let Market give his 3.
Okay.
John, I know your lineup, and your lineup is like I just want to be like, what the hell, dude?
Yeah.
Boomer.
So we know. So
my God.
So my number 10 was Bellingham, right? And
Yeah.
my center, my double pivot were Valverde and Pedri. Now for the left wing, I had to pick between Vinicius and Rafinha. Now, so far this season, without a doubt, Rafinha has been top-notch, by far the better player. But see, the thing is, I feel like the only reason why Vinicius Jr. is not playing as good as he technically has the ability to play is Madrid's inability to figure out their attacking plans. Okay, Madrid's inability to kind of deal with Vinicius and then Mbappe's favoritism towards that left flank. And then Madrid has Vinicius, for example, had such a good chemistry with Rodrigo, and before that with Benzema. I think he has not really able to formulate that kind of chemistry with Mbappe, for example, for now.
Yeah.
So I think that is the reason why he has been struggling so much. For me personally, Vinicius Jr. is the best left winger in the world. So that is why I have picked him over Rafinha, put him on the left side. Like, I just don't want to pick Rafinha on the basis of just this season, though he has been the better player this season. But then, because he's playing in a team which is helping him be so good, Vinicius, on the other hand, is playing on a team which is still figuring out themselves. So that is why I went for Vinicius on the left, because still, as solely as an individual, I feel he's, as I said, the best left winger in the world.
Yeah.
On the striker, I have also gone for Robert Lewandowski, which is not a debate. Kylian Mbappe is really struggling to find. I mean, I know eventually he's going to be. I just hope he doesn't score a hat trick against Barcelona and then shuts all of us off. But then, so far, Mbappe for this Madrid team, and then Lewandowski for this Barcelona team. So I think it is a pretty obvious choice. It is a pretty obvious choice. And then right wing, so I think it is pretty obvious. Lamine Yamal. No debate.
Yeah, I am really excited to hear why John.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah,
Don't
just
spoil
say it.
All right, I'll explain. But my front 3, I'm going Rafinha on the left. I'm going Mbappe in the middle, and I'm going Lamine on the right. Here's why.
Why?
Because here's why. Because
Why?
Vinny Jr. is the problem. That's why. Respect to his talent, respect to his ability, respect to
Dude, he's gonna
everything,
win
right?
Ballon d'Or, by this time next
I
week.
do not give the tiniest little shit about anything that he does on the pitch
You're gonna
other
clip
than his
yourself, right?
attitude.
You make the
That's
clips
it.
on this channel. You're gonna clip yourself as well. I hope you do.
Bring it. Bring the heat. Bring the comments. I want it all. Okay. I want the smoke, people, because Vinny Jr. is the biggest baby, the biggest antagonist in Europe. I hate his attitude. I hate how he plays. You could give me, offer me Vinny Jr. for free, and it's a no. It's a no for me. If you said free transfer,
Don't do
free
that, John.
salary, no,
Don't do
don't
that,
want him.
John.
He would
John,
never
listen
play
to
a
me.
minute for
John,
my club.
John,
Never,
John.
ever, ever,
John,
ever
John,
would you see
John,
Vinny
John,
Jr.
John,
make
John,
my
John,
team.
you need to.
John, listen to me. Where do you live, bro? Where do you live? Come on, tell me. You live in USA, right? You live in USA,
Yes, sir.
right?
Give me the American heat. I know.
Listen to me, John.
Yes.
Though I understand your rage, but if you ever reject Vinicius Jr. on free, I'm gonna fly to USA personally to rip your head apart, bro. Don't you dare make that mistake, brother.
Bro,
Listen,
like
here's the thing. I am on record. You can go and find my solo channel and go back to my first video where I said the same things about Neymar. So it's not even about club. It is about the attitude. I hate showboating and being a baby. You combine those two things, and I can't.
if they
stand
offer
it.
you Neymar, prime Neymar 2015, would you reject Neymar? Like,
over today's Rafinha,
yeah.
Let's say
I would take Rafinha. I'm gonna be consistent here. I would take Rafinha.
Dude,
I would take
Rafinha.
Rafinha.
Dude, Rafinha would
take
take
Rafinha.
Neymar over him. Rafinha would be like, I don't want to play if it means Neymar cannot play. You know, Rafinha would take Neymar over himself. Oh my god.
Listen, like I said, I'll take the heat. I'll take the smoke.
Okay,
I
so
know
that's-
exactly what I'm doing here.
Choice number
you're-
one, Marca. That is choice number one. This guy still
At least
picked
he's
Mbappe
convinced.
over Lewandowski.
And
Oh,
I
yeah.
did this for exactly what Marcus said. We are not seeing the full Mbappe. And I know that I should be picking based off of current form, which would be Lewandowski, right? So let me first acknowledge let's not say the what the accusations are, because YouTube will totally just bury us in the algorithm. There are accusations going on with Mbappe. So if any of that becomes true, I am revoking everything that I am saying about him that's positive. Okay, let me just say that. With that set aside, I think Mbappe is at the end of this season going to find his form. We're going to see full Mbappe. He had a ripper against Celta Vigo just yesterday. I think he's one of the rare players that has the expectation of hitting the ground running when he joins a top club. Most players, you give them a little bit of time to get settled in, to build up that chemistry, to find their form, so to speak. But Mbappe, being Mbappe, you expect him to just hit the ground running and not miss a beat. So current form, yes, Lewandowski is scoring more goals. He's in better form right now. But if I'm putting together a team, I got to go with Mbappe.
Okay.
And the
maybe
crowd
in the
goes
next
silent.
El Clásico. maybe in the next El Clásico you'll make more sense to me. and
Yeah.
Bua. And Bua. Maybe in the next El
Yes,
Clásico.
indeed. My goodness. Happy to be the one that brings the controversy.
No, but because
like-
you're right. See, you're right. Like in the long term, it obviously makes sense that
Sure.
to pick Mbappe. But it's just that right now, what Mbappe is right now.
Respect. Do you guys think I'll get more hate for not including Vinny Jr. or for including Mbappe?
Not including Vinny Jr. Because
I
the
think
thing, the worst part,
both. Both.
the worst part is that there's room for both. Like, the biggest question for me is, why the hell do you guys have Bellingham in your team? Like, he's good,
Yeah.
but this season I think he has the same thing as Mbappe. Like, I agree. I think that if Real Madrid need one player to step up this season, it's Jude Bellingham, because he's the only one that has the skill set to at least do and produce 70% of what Toni Kroos wanted to do. He's the only player that can do that in that squad, alongside Modric, who is like already 40 years of age. So like he needs to step up, but I do think that for me right now, I'm comparing Rafinha to Bellingham, and I do think Rafinha, it's a bit higher up than Bellingham at the moment.
I do think that actually might be the move. To be completely fair, to be completely honest about it, that might have been the move. Slide Rafinha into a number 10 and start Vinny Jr. out on that. That might have been the move. And I actually, to go back to Bayern, I like what Marca did actually. If I'm gonna steal it, the 4-4-2 with Lewandowski and Harry Kane might also have been the move.
Yeah.
So
See, what I would like to say on Bellingham is that, though I do agree that he can do so much more than what he's doing this season, but I would say the last season, everybody judged him so much on the basis of the output he was giving, on the basis of the numbers he was producing, that people have completely see this. The thing is, if you watch Madrid this season, you would kind of see a pattern where the midfield and the attack line kind of disconnects. Okay, the attack line, once the ball reaches the attack line, it's like, okay, how are now the attack line going to connect with each other and then try to bring a goal out? Vinicius, Mbappe, if there is a third person playing, Rodrigo, or if there is Enrique, anyone, any third player. So what I can see this season is that Bellingham, as I said, that it is both Vinicius and Bellingham, and even they are kind of getting sacrificed in the way of trying to figure out how to use Mbappe. So I think that is why you'd see Bellingham doing a lot of things which he was not doing last season, but he's capable of doing those. Okay, so I feel like I'm not trying to portray that okay, Mbappe is the fault of them playing like that, but I just feel like because obviously it's three great players with overlapping attributes, and now they have to somehow figure out that okay, who gets to do what. You can't have three players doing the same thing in a team. You have to eventually figure out, okay, out of us three, which one is going to be the one who's going to be taking the ball deeper, kind of progressing it, or who is going to be the one who's going to make the second runs in the box, who is going to play as a shadow striker, or you have to kind of figure those things out. So I think that by the time they figure they out, they are going to be back again to what they were last season. That is why Vinicius and Bellingham don't look the same this season for now. So, but I still trust the quality, man. There, but yeah, picking Rafinha or Vinicius on current form makes 110% sense. Makes 110% sense, man. I had to really take the dagger on that one, and I wanted to just kind of ensure the number of players is not that uneven. So I kept.
Marco, you're a really good politician.
Oh, thank you, man.
Like. I mean that, like, you're really, like, like, it's like you managed to not get hate. I want that talent.
We'll see. We'll see. But yeah,
no.
He articulated that very well.
That's impossible on internet.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, you're gonna get hate for like anything, but that argument, for anything.
Yeah.
That's how people are.
People are gonna hate you for this as well. How did you say that you can get hate for anything?
Yeah, they're gonna hate.
Yeah, exactly.
Why are you wearing the third worst kit ever in the history of Barcelona? Like, no, we didn't like that kid.
Oh my goodness, he pulls it off though. Marco looks good.
Yeah, he does. I love that kid, by the way. I really do think it's underrated, and I like the white kid as well.